What's up, YouTube? This is Powerhouse here with another one of my videos, another one of my Battlefront 2 videos, and this is mission 13 at Paulus Massa. And this mission I actually found very fun, but that's also because I haven't had time to play these missions, but I had a lot of fun playing this one.
By the time of the raid on Paulus Massa, the men of the 501st were starting to get a little sick of this so-called rebellion. In the past, we'd secretly enjoyed putting down a local insurrection or two. They kept the troops sharp and the Empire feared. But these rebels were different. They were organized, they were growing, and they were everywhere. The raid on Paulus Massa was a perfect example of how things were starting to fall apart. We were supposed to go in, wipe out a small band of rebels, and recover some stolen Imperial plans on an encrypted holodisk. Before we knew it, we were nearly overrun by rebel forces, with the holodisk nowhere to be found.
All right, men, Lord Vader wants this raid done by the book. Our first objective is the comm center, just beyond this hangar.
So you start with about 70 guys, and I found that to be quite a lot because personally I don't even think that you need that many, but for some reason the game gives you 70 guys off rip. And there's actually a lot of rebels in this game clubbed together, and it shows in this first one. But most of them die because I just throw a lot of grenades at them, so I easily clear out the room and earn Guardian at the same time.
Nicely executed, troops. Now it's time to make our way to the base command building on the far side of the facility. If our intelligence is right, along the way we'll find a rebel holodisk containing some very important plans.
The game then adds 30 more guys to the reinforcement count, which is pretty good. So now I'm over 100. And again, there are a lot of guys grouped together. So anyway, I keep on shooting these guys. And everything's pretty alright. Like after I do, I just skip these guys. But then when I approach this place, this is where I see most of the rebels here. But again, it's not too hard because I don't have to capture anything. All I really gotta do is gotta take the hollow disc and run, which is really not too difficult. Now, another thing that I've been thinking about this game, besides what I said about, oh, you can do like rebels versus clone troopers, or like, you know, do some crazy stuff and make like your own battles, literally. I was wondering about the destructive environments. Like here, you have all these windows, but I shoot, and I'm shooting at them, but they're not breaking. Everything's just like normal. And I was wondering like if they do more like destructive scenery and make it more crazy, make it more flashy like that, I guess. I really can't find the term for that.
It'll take time to realign the comm dish and transmit the data from the holodisk. You'll have to hold off the rebels until the transmission is complete. Do not let the comm facility fall into enemy hands.
Basically in this mission I just have to protect this command post for about 2 minutes, which is actually not too hard. All I really do is just run around the place looking for people, so it's not too hard. So yeah, I just keep shooting these dudes, and as they're getting closer, I'm just throwing grenades, because, like I said before in this mission, they like to travel in groups. So when you get attacked, there's going to be like 50 of them. And I also got Frenzy, and that means you have Frenzy, you have the award rifle, but me, I don't realize it for a while, so I'm just using the regular blaster rifle. And then I changed to the award rifle, and it's just easy from there. It's just one shot, it shoots, it's an automatic burst. Basically, your weapon becomes burst instead of full auto, which is actually better because one, the bullets are stronger and it's a more accurate gun. So I just do that and I kill most of the soldiers. So right now I'm just walking around and waiting for these guys to come. It's really not anything spectacular at this point. And I was going through, check through the hallways because to make sure that there wasn't any more rebels coming through.
Deep within the caverns of this complex, the rebels have a data bank that holds Imperial encryption codes that can be used to eavesdrop on our ship-to-ship communications. Make your way to the caverns and destroy the data bank.
So basically what I have to do for this objective is I have to make it through the caverns, and in there will be a data bank. Now, here's where the enemies are placed. There were a few of them coming through, and now that I have the ward rifle, it's going to be very easy to destroy most of them. As I was running, as you can see through the radar there, all the rebels are grouped together, which that's how they are throughout this whole mission. And grenades are very effective. As you can see through that one grenade, I killed 8 people in that one using that one grenade. So that's pretty good. But the thing about using grenades in this game is that the damage of them is not too high. It's somewhere in the middle, but they're very effective to get rid of a lot of people. But the downside to it is that the area is that the radius, like the area radius, how far it can kill people is not too much. So they have to be pretty close to a grenade if you want to kill them with it, which is pretty bad. And also, when you throw a grenade at a person, it doesn't instantly explode like I thought it was gonna do. Because I remember I was playing an older Star Wars game called Jedi Knight, and when I used to use a thermal detonator, no matter how I used it, it would always blow up when it touched somebody. But in the game, it doesn't. But in this game, it doesn't. No matter where you throw it to. If you throw it to a person, it'll just bounce off the person, and that's it. It doesn't explode. And again, the ward rifle makes it very easy because it's basically a burst damage instead of that full auto. It's just burst, but that's all you really need is just the burst to kill someone because it gets stronger too. And I'm hiding here because I don't want to die, because as I'm killing these people, all that's coming out is ammo dispensers. There's really no health dispensers coming out. It's just all ammo, and I accidentally killed my own person by mistake. So my guys come along and they're going to serve as a distraction as I'm going to run away. And as you can see, I'm next to the medical droid and I'm getting healed right now, which is very good. That I was very lucky to run away and get the info on the medical droid, or else I would have been dead. So anyways, back to the mission. I have to go up here. And someone used a grenade that killed like 7 dudes, so that's pretty good. And what you have to do for this one is you have to destroy the data bank. But as I was shooting it, I learned that regular fire doesn't work for the data bank. You're gonna have to use grenades or rocket launchers to destroy it. Which again, that's the only way you can use to destroy the data bank. So as you can see, I'm just throwing grenades because I don't really have a rocket or anything like that, and it takes 3 grenades, so it's not too many.
I've got good news and bad news. The good news is it's time to get off this dreary rock. The bad news is the rebels have taken over the hangars. You'll have to fight our way out.
Okay, so this is the second part of this is the last objective of the mission, and it's to go through the hangar, and you have to recapture, and you have to capture the command post, not recapture it, but he sounds like you have to recapture it. And again, all the all the rebels are grouped together, as you see right here through the radar. So I just like sit back here and wait for them to come. And what sucks is that the grenade keeps bounced. As I threw it to that Wookiee, it bounced off. Now, just to avoid where all these rebels are coming from, there's two ways. The way I'm doing, which is basically aggressive, or you could just try to like sneak your way through it, meaning using like just use speed and just run across, or just like find an alternative route if you can, because I haven't found any to that location that you're trying to go to. So right now I've killed most of the rebels, but there's still a few out there. And I'm just shooting and killing the rest of the rebels as I'm approaching the command post. And why I do that zoom in feature so I could more accurately get the headshots. Or if they're far away and I don't really want to miss, I just zoom in using the zoom in key. Also for me it's the Z key, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm here and now the rest of my crew came, which again there are two ways to get, I forgot to mention this, but there are two ways to get to the hangar. One was the way I did, which is taking the vehicle and going out there and traveling through the hangar. Or you could just take it the walking way, which is a totally longer way. And you'll just spend forever there.
Our raid is a success. And even though the holodisc didn't have the plans we're looking for, it will lead us to someone who does.
So even though this was a later mission into the game, it really wasn't too difficult.
Even though the Polis Massa raid was only a partial success, we finally had a lead on the whereabouts of the Death Star plans, which suited the 501st just fine.
So this is Powerhouse signing off.